We have $100 million divorces. Blake's like, if one of us is getting $100 million divorce, then we're getting divorced.
Miranda Lambert has been called everything from a homewrecker to a hypocrite to country music's most dangerous woman. And the truth is, her story has never been clean enough to fit into a headline. After her very public split from Blake Shelton, she moved on with Anderson East, then found herself tangled in a scandal involving a married man whose wife reportedly learned about the divorce through a newspaper. And just when the noise was loudest, Miranda shocked everyone again by secretly marrying an NYPD officer only 3 months after meeting him. Each chapter seemed faster, messier, harder to explain than the last. But what made it even more intense was her silence. While the world debated her choices, she said almost nothing about Blake. No interviews, no social media confessions. She let the music speak for her until 2025, when she finally broke that silence and left fans trying to process a version of her they hadn't fully seen before. To understand why her story keeps unfolding this way, you have to go back to where it started. Miranda didn't grow up believing in perfect love stories. She grew up watching them fall apart in real time. Her parents ran a private investigation firm in Texas, exposing cheating spouses for a living. As a child, she wasn't shielded from it, she was surrounded by it. Affairs, lies, confrontations, secrets spilling into the open. She saw how quickly trust could collapse and how ugly the aftermath could get. That kind of upbringing doesn't just fade away. It shapes how you see love, loyalty, and betrayal before you even experience them yourself. At the same time, her home was filled with music and chaos in equal measure. Her father had lived a double life as an undercover narcotics officer and a country rock musician, and that energy carried into her childhood. Bars, gigs, late nights, real people with real problems. By the time she was a teenager, Miranda wasn't dreaming about fame. She was already living the grind. Singing in rough rooms, learning how to hold her ground when people didn't care, building a voice that wasn't polished but real. When Nashville tried to turn her into something softer, something more marketable, she rejected it completely. That rejection became fuel. It turned into songs that felt raw, honest, and sometimes uncomfortable. And that honesty is what made her rise, but it's also what made her personal life so complicated in public. When her marriage to Blake Shelton fell apart, it wasn't just a breakup, it became a mystery. They gave almost no explanation, and that silence invited speculation from every direction. Cheating rumors, distance, career pressures, all of it filled the gap they left behind. And when Blake moved on quickly with someone new, it only made the timeline feel even more tangled. Miranda, instead of explaining, poured everything into her music, releasing songs that sounded like pages from a diary no one else was allowed to read. But the controversy didn't stop there. Her later relationships, especially the one involving Evan Felker, flipped the narrative in a way that hit hard. The same woman who built her image on calling out betrayal was suddenly being accused of being part of it. Fans who once saw her as a voice for the wronged started questioning her choices. And then, almost out of nowhere, she pivoted again, marrying Brendan McLaughlin in secret, choosing privacy over explanation, speed over scrutiny. It felt impulsive to outsiders, but to her, it may have been control. A way to protect something before the world could tear it apart. Even in her marriage, the spotlight never really left. Moments like the 2025 bar incident involving her husband brought back the same questions, the same doubts, the same cycle of public judgment. And yet, through all of it, Miranda never stopped moving forward. She kept making music, kept performing, kept building a life that wasn't defined entirely by headlines. She pushed back against the industry, supported causes she believed in, and stayed rooted in the kind of honesty that first made people listen. And maybe that's the real story. Not whether she's right or wrong in every relationship, but how consistently human her journey has been. Messy, complicated, sometimes contradictory. Because when she finally spoke in 2025 about letting go of the bitterness, it didn't feel like a dramatic reveal. It felt like exhaustion turning into peace. Like someone who had carried years of noise finally deciding to put it down. And when she laughed about the past in a later moment, it said more than any statement ever could. Not that everything was forgiven or forgotten, but that it no longer had power over her.